Foundations Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is
Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Well, Vince, we're back, and it looks like the game is getting ready to get started. We failed to give the lineup, so we'll try to do our best now as the game gets going. We're going to have up to bat number 2, Grant Strobel, who's going to be at shortstop. A swing and a miss by Strobel. First strike one.
And the left-hander Dayton Dow, is pitching for Blackford.
Yes, he is. And now that I got the score up there, Dow just missing a little bit low. And now a 1-1 count for Strobel. Might take us a few minutes to get everything lined up for this game, but we'll do the best we can. We do have the lineup cards. After Strobel, it's going to be Mason Meyer, the former first base or the pitcher of the last game, and Dow's going to throw one in the dirt for a 2-1 count. Mason Meyer is now going to be on third. Caleb Fluke is going to be in center. Hayes Sturtzman is in right field. Jeremiah Argood DHing for Kyle Shepard, the pitcher. And Dow missing again for a 3-1 count. Thane Krager is out in left. Mason Roberts is the catcher. Jacob Slavkin is at first. And this one's going to be drove right back to Dow. Dow takes his time to throw over to Cagle, and that's going to be the first out of the inning. After Slavkin, we're going to have Sam Martindale on second base. And with that first out of the inning, we're going to have Mason Meyer, the third baseman, up to the plate. Vince, keys to the game while we're waiting?
Well, it's very obvious we cannot make 7 errors this game and win. 2, we got to get batters out when we get 2 strikes on them. And 3, we got to get more than 3 hits.
That's the key to baseball. You got to be able to hit the ball in order to get on base. And now we've got a 3-0 or a 2-0 count for Meyer.
Yes, you got to hit the ball to get on first base, and that reminds me of the story of Lou Brock.
And now a 2-1 count
is base stealer for the St. Louis Cardinals. He was called out on strikes one time, and he thought maybe twice in his first game, and the umpire, Lou Brock, looked at the umpire, you know why? And he said, well, Lou, he says, you got to swing the bat to get on first. You can't steal first base.
That is absolutely right. A swing and a miss by Meyer, and the count goes full.
If he was going to stay in the major leagues, he's going to have to learn how to hit. That's problems with Billy Hamilton for the Reds.
And Dow walks his first runner.
Yes, Mason Meyer walks.
That's going to bring up Caleb Fluke, the center fielder.
For Mason Meyer, he's been on base 4 of his 5 at-bats.
Dow out of the stretch throws one high and inside as he was looking down at Meyer for a 1-0 count. A foul ball by Fluke. Now a 1-1 count.
And I had the official starting time for this game at 1:07.
And Dow struggling a little bit here in the first. And he's going to drive one to the shortstop. Shortstop steps on second, and that's going to be a double play by the Bruins.
Well, that's what we needed to start the game.
As I'm trying to figure out how to open this window to get some air movement into this box. And that's going to do it for the top of the first. The Bruins hold the Squires scoreless. And with that, we'll be right back after this word from a sponsor.
Foundations Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is to do business with integrity and honesty and strive to be the best every day. And never forget, we work for you, our customers. We are founded on principle and built on purpose. Distributors of drywall, steel studs, Armstrong ceiling, and insulation. Call Aaron Farrell, 260-471-2181. Foundations Building Materials.
And now for the Bruins starting lineup, we're going to have Shane Elam out in center, Braxton Straight at short, Caleb Mealy still the catcher, Dayton Dow's the pitcher. Blaine Riddle at second, Drew Caldwell out in right, Jake Ross at third, Branston Wine, your DH for the left fielder, Peyton Hurd, and Tyler Cagle rounding out the lineup yet again out on first base. Vince, you have a recap of the last half inning?
They really, after Strobel bounced out to the pitcher Dow, Mason Meyer walked, and then a fine double play turned by the Bruins. That's what we need.
That's it.
And they didn't score. Now we got to get some runs on the board and put pressure on them.
Exactly.
We're not playing even with them. We got to get the lead on them and put pressure on them.
Can't play catch up.
With the win, Manchester improves to 7-9 on the season, so they are beatable. And Blackford drops to 9-14. Tony Ugen turned his lineup, was kind of disappointed in the play of the Bruins, especially their fielding. He knows against these teams you can't make 7 errors in 5 innings.
Shane Elam leading off the Bruins again in the game 2 of the doubleheader, and the pitch comes in just outside from Kyle Shepard. Shepard's the pitcher this half inning. Or this second game here. And he finds the outside corner of the strike zone. Now a 1-1 count on Shane Elam.
And Coach Ugen told me the reason the kid got 2 bases on the ball throwing.
And Elam's going to line drive one over to the shortstop for the first out of the fifth inning, or the first inning.
Nice catch by the shortstop, Grant Strobel. The IHSAA, for some reason, changed the rule. If the ball was thrown by a fielder over the fence out of play, it's 2 bases automatically.
Wow.
It used to be if you was going back to first, which he was, you only got 1 base. But now I don't know why they made the change. You got a runner on second. I remember one of the first basemen said that kid's going to score.
And that pitch is going to be a little outside and in the dirt.
And Braxton Straight. My fault.
That's all right.
Braxton Straight tried to bunt that pitch.
A 1-1 count with 1 out for the Bruins. And he's going to hit this one in between the third and short gap. And that's going to be a base hit for Straight.
Nice job for Braxton Straight.
Up to bat, number 10, Caleb Mealy.
Now that's going to bring up the sophomore catcher, Caleb Mealy.
Now we need a big hit out of Caleb. Braxton singled in the first inning in game 1, so he's 2 for 4 on the day. Mealy has flied to left and doubled. He's 1 for 2. And we need a big hit out of Caleb, and let's see, maybe.
And Straight's going, and he looks like he got the jump, but no. And that catcher threw him out with a vengeance.
That was a nice throw by the young catcher.
Yes, it was, and that's going to be the second out, as Straight unable to make it.
That would have been a throw by the catcher, Mason Roberts, and I don't even think he played the first game.
I don't think he did.
What a throw by the catcher.
And now a 0-1 count on Caleb Mealy, now a 1-1 count for the sophomore. The Bruins now with 2 outs as they tried to steal and got caught. It looked like they had him about, about 5-6 steps. And Mealy's going to drive one foul. Ugen tries to get it with his hat, tips it to the third baseman. And the third baseman was unable to field it either. So now a 1-2 count.
Yes.
With 2 outs on the Bruins.
What a hustle by the third baseman. That Sam Martindale, and I don't believe he played the first game either.
Yes, he did. He was their cleanup hitter.
Oh, he was their cleanup.
Not the cleanup, the round ninth hitter.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And that pitch is just a little high, a 2-2 count.
Yes, Martindale was the number 9 hitter. He played second base. Now he's playing third.
And Shepard out of the windup. Receives the sign, delivers the pitch, and Mealy's going to drive this one out to center field, and the center field's there to make the catch. And with that, that's going to do it for the first inning, and we'll be back after this word.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
And we're back. Both teams 3 up, 3 down. Vince, do you have any more stats?
Well, Braxton Straight singled in the second inning, and he was thrown out trying to steal. It looks like the young catcher for Manchester has a good pop time, too, as he threw Straight out. It wasn't even close, as Steve said. No runs, a hit, no errors, none left. We played 1 inning, no score. It didn't surprise me that Coach Hugan was sending Straight to second.
Yeah, you gotta try it in the
trying
first.
To be aggressive, which basically get the catcher could have thrown the ball in the center field, or Straight could have been safe. But nice throw and a nice tag by the shortstop, I believe, and that young man was Grant Strobel.
Absolutely, and now we're in the top of the second, and Dayton
guy,
Dow delivers the first pitch, a strike one on the outside corner.
And here's a guy that really hurt us.
And he gets another fly ball, and it looks like Elam's running to get underneath of it. It does, over in right field.
That was a big
for the first out.
Getting Hayes Sturtzman out, their their right fielder. Sturtzman was 3 for 4 in the first game, a single, 2 home runs.
And that's going to bring up Jeremiah Airgood, the designated hitter for the pitcher, Kyle Shepard.
And we're going to have to get the DH out.
The first pitch misses low for ball 1.
Airgood batted 5th in the first game and was over.
And this is another fly ball in the infield. Tyler Cagle screaming, calling everybody off of it, and that's going to be 2 outs. 2 up, 2 down, and we're going to the number 6 hitter, Thane Krager.
And Mr. Krager flied to left, reached on the nair, and singled, so he was 1 for 3 the first game. So hopefully we can get him out and have the second chance to take the lead.
Dow throws one a little bit too low, 1-0 count. Dow on the season a 6.23 ERA throws his second pitched ball for a 2-0 count. And this one's going to be fouled off by Krager, making the count 2-1.
Well, with Dayton Dow throwing the ball high, reminded me of a coach at the College World Series that had great pitching. He said you start here, and then you walk the ladder. You keep throwing each pitch higher and higher until the umpire calls the ball. So then you know where the strike zone is. But it might have been the Vanderbilt coach. He had some great pitching.
A swing and a miss, now a full count.
But I'd never heard of that before.
Oh, yeah.
Walking the ladder.
Walk it up until you can't, and then bring it right one step back down. And this one's going to be another fly ball out into right field. Drew Caldwell taking a step back, and that's going to be 3 up, 3 down for the Bruins. And we'll be back after this word.
Locally owned, Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Strait, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your hometown newspaper with a staff that takes great pride in covering local community events in Hartford City and Montpelier. Available at newsstands in Hartford City at Needler's Fresh Market, Food and Fuel, John's Service Station, Northside Florist, and in Montpelier at Koffels Family Market, Carrie's Restaurant, and Charlie's Sunoco, with more locations coming soon. The Voice of Blackford County is published every Tuesday with a cost of only $1 or a yearly subscription for $35. You'll find school-related events, obituaries, public records info, church news, community calendar, and so much more. Contact Danny at 765-251-4903 or Ann at 765-330-4842. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Local news about local people.
Well, Vince, we're back, and the Squires had another half inning of 3 up, 3 down. The Bruins playing a good defensive game here in the second game of the doubleheader. And what do you have to say?
Well, we got it. Second chance here in the second inning to take the lead, and with hitters 4, 5, and 6 up, I think we can't match them and go down 1, 2, 3 ourselves. We're going to have to try to get something to go in and get the lead and put pressure on Manchester.
I agree. The Manchester still with Shepard as their pitcher, and we're going to have the cleanup, Dayton Dow, at the plate. Dow line drives one right back at the pitcher's head out to center field for a base hit. And that's how we wanted to get started. A nice single out into center field by the cleanup, Dayton Dow, and that's going to bring Blaine Riddle up to bat with his .345 ERA, or batting average.
Nice hit for Dayton Dow. He had walked twice the first game. Here's Riddle. He singled and hit to a fielder's choice in the first game. So let's see if Coach Hugan has Dow. I think he's probably going to stay close to the base.
And that pitch outside, a 1-0 count for Riddle.
As the catcher threw out straight by about 6 steps, like you said. I mean,
yeah. Straight wasn't even in the picture. The umpire sitting about where he's at right now, and Dow does go, and man, he is going to be out by a long shot.
I'm guessing that's going to be the last runner we send.
And it looks like there was a miscommunication on the field. I believe Riddle may have missed a sign there as he calls timeout to go talk with Coach Hugan about what happened. But Dow got up immediately and raised his arms like, what happened? That was supposed to be maybe a hit and run.
Well, I would guess that was a hit and run. And that's the last time for a while we're going to see a straight steal like that, because that catcher is good. And
now a 2-0 count, and that pitch is going to bring it to 3-0.
Mason Roberts is the catcher, and that young man, he's got an arm on him, too.
He does have a good arm. Again, it looked like a missed sign, and Riddle's going to take one right down the middle for the first strike. A 3-1 count for the senior. Roberts still the pitcher, now out of the windup. And a swing and a miss, and Riddle's now in a full count situation. A ball 4 walk or a swing and a hit for Riddle is all he's going to need, and he does get a hit. It's a high fly ball out into left field. The left fielder and center fielder are over there to make the play. The left fielder does make the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs on the Bruins, which is going to bring up number 1, the freshman, Drew Caldwell.
That was a nice catch by Thing Krager out there in left field. Here comes Caldwell, the number 6 hitter. Third baseman's playing back. He may try to lay down a 2-out bunt.
And a swing, and he fouls one off. An 0-1 count for Caldwell.
Caldwell batted one time in the first game and was called out on strikes.
Yeah, look, went down looking on that outside strike call. Or no, if I remember right, that one was, and this one's going to hit him in the back of the neck. And Caldwell's going to take a knee real quick and he's up, shaking his head, and he's going to take his trip down to first base.
Coach Hugan came down from the third base coaching box to see if he's okay, and I'm pretty sure Coach Banner. No, yes, is that Bobby Banner coaching first base?
Yes.
Yes, and the umpire's checking on to Drew Caldwell too. Well,
the pitch came in. Caldwell turned his back on it, and it looked like it hit him. He's holding just right there at the base of his neck.
Well, Drew Caldwell's got a lot of speed, but with this catcher with 2 outs, I don't think Coach Hugan's going to run until late in the count.
Nope, and we have Jake Ross up to the plate. He takes the first pitch for 1-0 count.
But I know Coach Hugan would like to get Caldwell to second because on a base hit with 2 outs, he's going to score, but my goodness, that catcher can really throw out base runners.
And a step off the mound to put Caldwell
that
back.
Time, and the pitcher, it's easy to see when the right-handed pitcher going to throw to first base on a pickoff move because he's got to lift his back foot off the rubber.
And Ross is going to hit one. Oh, they called it foul ball.
Yes, I think that was probably a good call.
That one was close.
It was right down the line, but I don't think it passed third base. The ball's got to be passed for third base on the ground. Third baseman looks like he's practicing his throws to first on a ground ball.
A 1-1 count, and the pitcher steps off the mound again, and Drew Caldwell goes back to first. Caldwell lead just shy of the cut of the grass. Not really far. And the pitcher's going to throw one again in the dirt. Now a 2-1 count.
Well, if he's going to run, it's going to be on this pitch. But I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be a straight steal.
And it doesn't look like it, and the pitch is just a little bit high. A 3-1 count now as Jake Ross is ahead in the count. And looking down at Tony Hugan, it doesn't look like he is going to give any signs to either the runner, Drew Caldwell, or Jake Ross at the plate.
I think he's trusting his senior batting here on a 3-1 pitch.
And he's going to drive one out into center field. The center fielder doesn't make much of a move, but he's going to make the catch. And with that, we're going to be right back after words from our sponsor.
Dr. Malia Robertson of Clear Choice Chiropractic asks, do you suffer from neck pain while working, or do migraines keep you from enjoying your day? Do you have to take pain pills just to function? Does your baby cry constantly for no apparent reason? And most importantly, do you remember the last day you were pain-free? You don't have to live with these frustrations. The doctors at Clear Choice Chiropractic have many techniques to relieve the symptoms of neck and back pain, headaches, stiff joints, colic, earaches, and many other symptoms. Call for your appointment with Dr. Malia Robertson at Clear Choice Chiropractic, 765-329-5044. That's 329-5044. And take back your life and enjoy living pain-free. Located at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays, 3 to 6 p.m. Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Clear Choice Chiropractic. We've got your back.
And Vince, what do you got for a recap?
Well, Dayton Dow singled. That was the second hit of the game for the Bruins, who was throwing out at second base trying to steal, maybe on a hit and run, because Dow looked like what's going on. I mean, Caldwell was hit by the pitch. After getting hit in the helmet, the young man stayed in the game. Ross flied to center, no runs, a hit, no errors, one left. We're scoreless going into top half of the third. Manchester at hitter 7-8-9. Mason Roberts, Jacob Slot.
And this ball is going to be hit foul down the first base line.
Slavkin and Sam Martindale.
First pitch fouled off down the first base line. An 0-1 count for Slavkin. No, this is going to be Roberts.
Mason Roberts, a catcher.
0-1 count, and he check swings one, and I believe may have went off the butt of his bat. It does. An 0-2 count now for Roberts.
Mason Roberts played third base the last game. He was 3 for 3, 3 singles off of Jacob Ross.
And he's going to foul this one back out of play.
Right off his foot. That hurts.
Another foul by Roberts, and he's going to take a minute.
The good thing is it's a warm day, and when you hit it off your foot like that, it doesn't hurt as much as what it does when it's about 40-some degrees and cold. You hit one off your foot, and you know it stings.
And cold weather definitely makes it worse.
Yes, but it's a beautiful day for baseball here.
Definitely. The sun's starting to come out on an overcast day. Not much sun, just a little bit of blue that you can see in the skies, but are still yet a nice day. And Roberts is going to foul one off immediately. He's coming back towards the press box, and it lands about 4 foot in front of us here in the booth.
Good hustle by Caleb Mealy. He lucked up for the ball. That's hard to do, running,
Yes, it
away
is.
from the home plate, trying to catch one, especially with the catcher's glove, because that's
It's got a very small
thing.
pocket.
Yes.
A curveball gets Roberts swinging on the miss. And, we're in the top of the third, and we only have no outs. Now 1 out.
Yes, that was a strikeout for Dayton Dow, the first strikeout by either pitcher.
And that's going to bring up Jacob Slavkin, the first baseman. And he's going to ground one over to shortstop Braxton Straight. Straight makes an easy throw down to Cagle, and that's going to be 2 quick outs for the Bruins. And that's going to Sam Martindale up to the plate. Martindale batting in the 9th slot, the same as the last game.
And he was 1 for 3 in the first game with the double.
Dow with the pitch. A nice breaking ball that breaks into the strike zone from the outside edge for an 0-1 count and 2 outs. Ross, a fastball, gets Martindale tripped up just a little bit, a 1-1 count. Dow with another fastball on the inside, a swing and fouls it off. A 1-2 count now for Martindale. The Bruins looking strong here, as well as the Squires. And Martindale's going to reach out and foul off that outside pitch to stay at the plate.
Well, we had our windows closed up here earlier in the first game, and Steve opened them up, and I can hear chatter from both teams out there.
And Dow gets him on a breaking ball that broke just a little bit lower than his bat, and that's going to do it for the
While
third
filling
inning.
your car's fuel tank at Food and Fuel Marathon, fill your body's fuel tank too. Monday through Friday, grab a chicken or tenderloin sandwich, or have out a burger and potato wedges, or onion chips, mozzarella cheese sticks, and Bosco breadsticks. If biscuits and gravy are your thing, they're available every Monday through Saturday morning until they're gone. And you'll have to grab a Poppy's Extreme donut or two, available daily. Food and Fuel Marathon, 1621 North Walnut Street, Hartford City. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Food and Fuel Marathon, fueling your vehicle and you.
With 30 years of experience, Jeff and Aubrey Straight, owners of Straight's Drywall and Paint LLC, can help you with any project you have, from commercial and residential remodel to new construction. Give your home that new touch of color. Give them a call at 765-499-9416. And don't forget to follow them on Facebook. Vince?
Well, for the Manchester team, Dayton Dow strikes out 2 of the 3 batters, and they go down in order again. And we played 2.5 innings, no score. Blackford will get their 3rd chance of the game to take a lead.
And we've got Branston Wine at the plate, leading off for the Bruins this half inning. He's designated hitting for the left fielder, number 12, Peyton Hurd. And then we're going to have Tyler Cagle coming up.
And then after Cagle will be top of the order with Shane Elam, so we're at 7, 8, 9. And if we can get a run here, I think that will really relieve some of the pressure.
We're at 8-9-1, not 7-8-9.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
8, 9, and 1.
8-9-1.
Cagle and Elam.
Wine doing a lot of hitting here in his varsity debuts. This is, I believe, only his 2nd game actually batting, and he takes the first pitch, fouls it off for an 0-1 count.
That third baseman is really playing deep, but I think Coach Dugan's going to let Mr. Wang swing the bat here.
And Wine does look like he's swinging the bat. Shepard's still the pitcher, and Wine's going to foul another one off and goes down early in the count, 0-2. Count on the leadoff batter, Branston Wine. A left-handed batter for the Bruins, only the two of the team, the second of two. And that pitch finds itself just a little bit outside for a 1-2 count.
That's a good job of Braxton holding up on the pitch.
And he does, and Shepard tries, looked like maybe a curveball that didn't or forgot to break. And now we're going to have a 2-2 count on Wine.
Good thing that wasn't over the plate because that was right around the shoulders. That's where you can really get the left on the ball.
Right, and Wine's going to hit a little loop for fly, and
What
the third baseman catches it, and that's going to be the first out of the inning.
What a catch by the third baseman, running with his back to the infield. Stuck up his glove, caught it over his shoulder, and that would have been Mason Meyer. And Meyer was the one that pitched the first game. That young man is a good athlete, Steve.
Hey, he's not too bad. And now that's going to bring up the senior batting in the number 9 slot, Tyler Cagle at first base today. One out for the Bruins, and that pitch, did he call that a strike?
I think he did. Cagle's 0 for 1 on the day, striking out his only at bat.
Well, no wonder he's 0-1, as that pitch was below the knees and far outside. Now an inside pitch brings a 1-1 count.
Yes, the umpires have changed positions. So one was in the fields behind the plate, I believe, for the first game.
And that outside pitch, that one in the same location over the plate, but just a little bit higher and gets the ball call. A 2-1 count now for Tyler Cagle. One out for the Bruins, still a tie game at 0, and this one's going to be drove out to center field. The center fielder makes the play for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order again with Shane Elam.
Shane Elam 0 for 1 in the second game, line drive to the shortstop to lead off the bottom of the first. Shane was 0 for 3 in the first game, so he's due probably 0 for 4 on the day.
And Elam takes the first pitch outside, a 1-0 count.
Shane's hit the ball well, 2 infield pop-ups, and then a fly ball to left, and then a line drive to the shortstop.
And he's going to ground one over to the third baseman. The third baseman picks it up on the short hop, and he throws down to first to retire the inning. And with that, we'll be back.
What a play by the third baseman.
Foundations Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is to do business with integrity and honesty and strive to be the best every day. And never forget, we work for you, our customers. We are founded on principle and built on purpose. Distributors of drywall, steel studs, Armstrong ceiling, and insulation. Call Aaron Farrell, 260-471-2181. Foundations Building Materials.
Peyton's Northern and Kroger Company is hiring in Bluffton. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screen, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton's Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. Vince, you have a recap?
Yes, the Blackford goes down in the order in the third. They all hit the ball well, though. I got 2 good defensive plays by the third baseman, Meyer. We go to the fourth, no score. Manchester's at top of the order with Grant Strobel batting.
Still scoreless here at Bruin Field. The sun is definitely starting to peek through the clouds. And Dayton Dow throws the first pitch as the leadoff batter, Grant Strobel, Shows bunt, but Dow throws it in the dirt for 1-0 count.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for a game.
A swing and a miss by Strobel is now a 1-1 count.
And as Mr. Cabernet Banks would say every day at Wrigley Field back in the 60s, let's play two.
There you go. And that breaking ball finds its way back in the strike zone. A 1-2 count for Strobel. Dow looking really solid out on the mound today.
Yes, this is one of the better outings he's had.
And this one's going to be drove over to Riddle just gets a glove on it, but that's going to bounce out into right field for a base hit and single.
Nice play by Blaine Riddle, trying to dive and filled the ball. It went off his glove, and that's the first hit for Manchester.
That's the first hit of the game. Period, I believe.
Well,
Blackford has yet to hit the ball.
Straight had a single and Dow singled, and they were both throwing out trying to steal second.
There you go. You are right, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Mason Meyer, and he drives one out into center field, and I'm not sure if anyone. Hurd comes over, and it falls off the end of his glove, and he throws over to second to get the force out.
That was a great play by Peyton Hurd. He came over. I think in high school ball you probably count that as a fielder's choice. 7-4. Peyton Hurd, after having the ball deflect off his glove, knew he had time to throw it to second. A good play by Peyton.
And this one's going to be drove out just over Riddle's head for a single. And Caldwell looked like he was going to try and throw to second to get the force out, but lays off and lets it stay in his hand. And that's another base hit. 3 straight hits for the Squires.
Yeah, that was Caleb Fluke. Now here comes the cleanup batter, Hayes Stutzman. I'm sorry, Stutzman. In the first game, he did a lot of damage. He was probably the co-player of the game besides the pitcher, Meyer. 2 home runs, a single and a fly to left, and he's flied to center here. So
and
a big batter, we got to get him out here.
Stutzman with runners on first and second. He drives this one over to shortstop Braxton Strait. He tries to backhand it. Hurd now giving the backup out into center field or left field, and he's going to throw this one into the home plate. And the Squires score first. With us now, they're up 1-0 with runners on second and third.
I'm going to give him a base hit. What happened? The runner was right in front of Braxton when the ball was hit, and he went to field it and lost sight of the ball.
And this one's going to be just a little dribbler over to the back to the pitcher, and Dow fields it.
Box.
What's that?
I think the field umpire called foul ball. Hit the batter in the batter's box. I saw him raise both hands up, and that's a foul ball signal.
And they are definitely calling it a foul ball, an 0-1 count. It looked like Dayton Dow was out there talking to the umpire, giving him a little word. Both of them were laughing a little bit afterwards. And an 0-1 count, and now an 0-2 count as Dow puts one right down the plate.
That ball bounced right back to Dayton, and he didn't hesitate throwing it to first base.
No, he didn't.
And I saw the umpire raise both hands up, so I knew it was a foul ball.
And Dow's going to put one in the dirt, and the runner's going to go home from third, and Mealy's not going to field it in time. And the Manchester Squires now scored 2 in this inning.
That is going to be a wild pitch. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
And that's going to be the first pitched ball for Dayton Dow. A 1-2 count now for Airgood. Airgood, your batter. Jeremiah Airgood being the designated hitter for the pitcher, Kyle Shepard.
And Jeremiah was 0 for 4 in the first game, scoring a run. Popped up to the first baseman in this game.
And
nice pitch by Dayton.
It looks like he's going to foul that one off. Still, yes, then the umpire gives his flex to the Squires dugout and lets him know that he can take any hit off of him like that. So I'm guessing Airgood fouled it straight back and hit him in this chest plate. A 1-2 count for Airgood. The Squires leading by 2 with a score of 2-0 over the Bruins. And a swing, and he's going to foul another one off to stay at the plate.
This young man is having a good at-bat. It's quite a battle between Dow and him, as Dayton already thought he's throwing him out one time, right? Or was that the other batter?
Unsure. And this one's going to be a grounder over to Ross. Ross to Cagle. Cagle has to come off, but leaves his foot on the bag for the second out. But the Squires score yet another run.
Yes, that's going to be a 5-3 put out, Ross to Cagle, and an RBI for Mr. Airgood as Sturtzman scores, making it 3-0 in favor of the Squires.
Thane Krager swing and a miss for strike one.
And Mr. Krager today is 1 for 3 the first game. Flied to center. He'd be 1 for 4 the doubleheader.
And he has a 1-1 count as Dow out of the windup, and this one's going to be fouled off behind the booth for a 1-2 count. 1-2 for Krager. Krager already flew out to center field today for the third out in the second inning. And a curveball gets him swinging, and that's going to do it for the top of the fourth. And we'll be back with the bottom of the fourth as the Squires have a 3-0 lead over the Bruins.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
No changes in the field for the Squires, and the Bruins now 3-0 in the hole under the Squires. And Vince, you have some recaps?
Yes, it could have been worse. Strobel and Fluke and Sturtzman all with singles. Minor hit the ball off of Peyton Hurd's glove. Peyton made a smart play when he saw the ball pop out, throwing the second to retire Strobel on the fielder's choice. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, 3-0. Bruins got to get something going. We're at hitters 2, 3, and 4, Straight, Mealy, and Dow.
And Straight up to the plate now as Shepard delivers the first pitch, and Straight's going to drive one deep left field. The left fielder gets back on the warning track and catches it for the first out of the inning.
I've been impressed with the defense of Manchester.
Oh, we seem to just be hitting it right to them everywhere. Everywhere we hit it, they're right there.
That reminds me of the guy with the name Wee Willie Keller or something like that played for the New York Yankees. He had a good batting average. They said, "How do you do it?" And he says, "I hit it where they ain't."
And the Bruins with one out. Caleb Mealy up to the plate, takes the first pitch for a 1-0. Mealy's going to drive one and drops in just into the grass, shy of the center fielder for the first base hit of the half inning.
Well, Dayton Dow's batting. He's had a good day today at the plate. He walked twice in the first game, and he singled here in the second inning of the second game. I think Coach Dugan is just going to play it straight here for a while and just let Dill try to find a hole out there.
And Dow takes the first pitch, watches it go by for strike one.
I think if we had stolen one of the two bases, he may have Mealy going, but I don't like for Caleb to go with when we need base runners.
And
got a good lead over there.
Shepard throws him back for the pickoff move. Not much speed to his movement and to his throwdown.
I think that was just a token move over there. I think he's got a better pickoff move.
And Dow's going to hit one. It's going to be a fly ball. It's going to foul and just over the visitor side dugout. And Dow now finds himself down in the count, 0-2.
Yes, and I saw the wind carry the ball, and that flag's blowing left to right, then it's blowing right to left. There's a crosswind out there.
Definitely a crosswind.
It's kind of comical watching the American flag.
Yes. An 0-2 count for Dow with one out as Shepard now throws the ball over to first.
I think that was kind of a move to tell Mealy, I know you're there. I still don't think he's going to go.
Mealy does not go, and Dow's going to hit a high fly infield. And it does drop, and now Mealy's got to find his way over to second as the catcher throws one that goes underneath, and Mealy is safe at second, round second, but he stays up.
I knew that was trouble from the get-go. With that wind blowing, I mean, it was a straight-up pop-up, and the catcher tried to make the catch, and it's hard to catch with that catcher's glove.
Now, is that considered an error on the catcher?
Base hit. I did a base hit because nobody touched it. It dropped. It didn't hit his glove. I imagine that's how they had scored it. So now runners on first and second, tying run to the plate now on Blaine Riddle.
And Blaine Riddle finds that outside corner strike called.
Blaine flied to left in the first inning, and he singled and reached on the fielder's choice, so he's 1 for 3. So he's quite capable of giving us a
And Riddle does hit a shot, and it's going to go over the left or the center fielder's head, and it's going to bounce all the way back to the fence. And Mealy's rounding third going home, and now Dow rounding third going home. There's going to be a play, though, made at home, and Dow is going to be out at home. The Bruins do score one run on the double by Blaine Riddle. But Dayton Dow slides into home, and he is out.
Well, I'm pretty sure you had to send him on that one. What a play by the left fielder, I think, to the shortstop.
That was the center fielder.
The center fielder cut the ball.
8-6-2.
8-6-2 on the putout. And,
And Drew Caldwell up to the plate, takes the first pitch for ball one.
For Manchester, it was Caleb Flute, the center fielder, to the shortstop Grant Strobel, to the catcher Mason Roberts.
And that pitch finds its way too far outside now for a 2-0 count. A 2-0 count for Drew Caldwell. And the pitch comes in, and Caldwell's going to hit a high fly ball out into center field. The center fielder's there to make the play, and we'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
Locally owned, Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Strait, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your hometown newspaper with a staff that takes great pride in covering local community events in Hartford City and Montpelier. Available at newsstands in Hartford City at Needler's Fresh Market, Food and Fuel, John's Service Station, Northside Florist, and in Montpelier at Koffels Family Market, Carrie's Restaurant, and Charlie Sunoco, with more locations coming soon. The Voice of Blackford County is published every Tuesday with a cost of only $1 or a yearly subscription for $35. You'll find school-related events, obituaries, public records info, church news, community calendar, and so much more. Contact Danny at 765-251-4903 or Ann at 765-330-4842. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Local news about local people.
Vince, you got a recap?
Yes, what could have been a big inning for Blackford is shut down by Manchester's defense. 1 run, 3 hits, singles by Mealy and Dow, and the double by Riddle.
And that one's the first pitch for Roberts is going to be fouled off out of play.
So after 4 innings, Blackford cuts the lead 3-1, but it could have been a bigger inning.
Definitely could have, as the wind's starting to blow our paperwork everywhere. And that one's going to be drove out. A line drive right back to the pitcher is going to give Roberts a base hit.
Yes, Mason Roberts singles. That's the 4th hit for Manchester in the second game. And here we come with Jacob
Slavkin.
I think they got it down now. Let's see if he's the number 8 batter if they have him bunt. He's grounded to short.
The Bruins in a 3-1 hole to the Squires.
He didn't
Slavkin.
even play the first game.
No, he didn't.
He might be bunting.
An 0-1 or an 0 for 1 on the game today. Takes the first pitch, a swing and a miss.
I was swinging away. Third base coach flashing signs.
And this one's a fly ball, Riddle. No. And they're going to pull the double play. Yes, they pull the double play as Caldwell throws it over to Cagle to get the runner who had gotten off just a little bit too far on first base.
Nice play by the right fielder. I think that's Drew Caldwell.
Yes, it is.
He's been playing all over, in the infield and outfield, but I think he's a good outfielder. And here's Sam
Martindale, who struck out swinging his first at-bat, takes this one on the inside for a 1-0 count.
Again, he doubled in 3 at-bats the first game, so he's 1 for 4. The number 9 hitter, we got to get him out. But I think Blackford caught a break when the runner Roberts broke off the first base on that.
Absolutely. And he's going to foul one off. Now a 2-1 count for Martindale.
It might have been a hit and run maybe where he was going.
I don't think so because it looked like he was just at that lead off that you get on a fly ball.
Yes,
and he just didn't make it back in time.
That's what I thought too.
A 3-1 count now for Martindale. 2 outs for the Squires. The Squires with the lead, 3-1 over the Bruins in the top of the 5th. And Dow's going to walk him.
After they make a good defensive play like that, you definitely don't want to walk the number 9 batter.
No, you don't. Now we're back at the top of the lineup with Grant Strobel, who is 1 for 1 on the game.
I got him 1 for 2. He bounced to the pitcher and singled.
On this game?
Yes.
He's only been up twice.
He bounced to first and he singled. I had him for a single.
Yeah, 1 and 1, right?
2 at bats, 1 hit.
Yeah. I got you. I think we're saying the same thing, just differently.
Yes.
So a 1 and 1 count for Strobel, who's reached one time and was put out. And that one's going to be just a little bouncer over to the shortstop, Braxton Straight, for the out. He just touches second, and the Bruins now going to be up to the plate again in the bottom of the 5th, and we'll be back.
Dr. Malia Robertson of Clear Choice Chiropractic asks, do you suffer from neck pain while working, or do migraines keep you from enjoying your day? Do you have to take pain pills just to function? Does your baby cry constantly for no apparent reason? And most importantly, do you remember the last day you were pain-free? You don't have to live with these frustrations. The doctors at Clear Choice Chiropractic have many techniques to relieve the symptoms of neck and back pain, headaches, stiff joints, colic, earaches, and many other symptoms. Call for your appointment with Dr. Malia Robertson at Clear Choice Chiropractic, 329-5044. That's 329-5044. And take back your life and enjoy living pain-free. Located at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays, 3 to 6 p.m. Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Clear Choice Chiropractic. We've got your back.
Vince, we're back, and do you have a recap?
Yes, I do. Base hit by Mason Roberts. He was doubled off first. And when I looked through my sheets, we've turned 2 double plays in this game. So that's what we need. Blackford has not made an error today in this second game after committing 7 of them in 5 innings in the first game.
7 errors in the first game. No errors so far today. Let's not jinx it, and let's let them keep rolling as Jake Ross comes up to the plate.
So Manchester 3 runs on 4 hits, and they haven't committed an error. Blackford scored 1 run on 5 hits, and they haven't committed an error. A well-played game so far as we head to the bottom of the 5th already. Hitters 7, 8, 9, Jacob Ross,
Branston Wine, and Tyler Cagle.
And I think if Ross gets on, I think we're going to see a pinch runner for Jake.
Jake now finds himself 0-2 in the count as he lets the first 2 pitches go by for strikes.
Well, we got 2 guys. Strobel would probably be the runner if he decides to run for Ross. First of all, he's got to reach, though.
And he's going to, as this one's hit out into the right center field. The right fielder comes over to field it, and that's going to be a base hit to start off the inning. And I don't see Coach Ugan looking for a pinch runner, so I think you might have.
No, I guess.
Number 16,
And now we're going to have the sophomore Branston Wine up to the plate.
Let's see if Branston would be trying to bunt. The third baseman's creeping in now.
Wine dropped his bat and then picked it back up, and he takes the first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
Well, Branston Wine flied out to the third baseman and made an over-the-shoulder catch the first time.
Branston with an 0-1 count, and he's going to hit one. It's going to be fouled off out of play. And now he's down 0-2.
I kind of hate to interrupt the game, but can you get us a score for the girls' softball game?
It was 14-0. They don't play again until 3 o'clock.
Oh, 3 o'clock, okay.
And Wine's going to ground one right back to the pitcher. The pitcher just bounces off his glove, and Wine's going to ground one out, but it's a sacrifice as Jake Ross moves to second.
Yes, well, here comes Tyler Cagle. We need a big hit out of Tyler. He struck out the first game, and he flied the center fielder, who made a great catch in this game. Tyler's due.
Tyler's batting a .244 on the season.
We need to
with just a handful of hits, I want to say. 10 hits and 8 RBIs.
We need to get down the melee this inning and score.
And that pitch is in the dirt for a 1-0 count.
Looks like the pitcher, Shepard, really tried to get Cagle to go after that one, but it was way in the dirt and outside. I think they're still trying to hit the outer half of that plate and trying to see if they can get a strike call.
It does look like they are. Shepard's still the pitcher out of the stretch, and he throws one high and inside. And now Cagle has a 2-0 count.
And I think he's going to swing away. Tony Ugan just looked at him and clapped his hands. Now I think if it's in there, Tyler's going to swing at it.
And Tyler takes the third pitch a little high, and the catcher for the Squires calls a timeout and goes out to talk to his pitcher.
I think that's a good move by the catcher, trying to settle down the young Shepherd pitcher. I don't know for sure. I'm trying to find his name on here.
He has a 3-0 count.
He is a sophomore.
And he's a sophomore. No, he's a junior.
He's a junior. And they said the number one pitcher, of course, was that
Sturtzman,
who had 2 home runs in the first game as a batter.
And Shepard does find the strike zone. Cagle just stands there.
That was a good call.
Good call for the take.
He was just taking that all the way. Let's see if it's in there. If he swings the bat, we need to get a run in for get it out.
And Cagle's going to get the walk with ball 4.
And while we're at the top of the order, now we got to do some damage here.
And the Bruins looking to do some damage with Shane Elam, who is 0-5 for the game, or 0-6, 0-6.
0 for 5. He
Is it
batted
0 for
3
5?
times the first game, 2 times this game. He had a pop up to catcher first and fly to left.
And the coach of the Squires is calling a quick timeout to go out to the mound.
And then he line drive to the shortstop and hit a ground ball real sharp to the third baseman. So Shane is due.
Now let's go to a quick break and we'll be back.
Yes.
While filling your car's fuel tank at Food and Fuel Marathon, fill your body's fuel tank too. Monday through Friday, grab a chicken or tenderloin sandwich, or have out a burger and potato wedges, or onion chips, mozzarella cheese sticks, and Bosco breadsticks. If biscuits and gravy are your thing, they're available every Monday through Saturday morning until they're gone. And you'll have to grab a Poppy's Extreme donut or two. Available daily. Food and Fuel Marathon, 1621 North Walnut Street, Hartford City. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Food and Fuel Marathon, fueling your vehicle and you.
Vince, we're back just in time. The Bruins with runners on first and second. Tyler Cagle and Jake Ross. And Shane Elam up to the plate. Shane puts down a nice bunt, and the runners are going to move to second and third, and Shane's going to be safe as the catcher had nobody to throw to.
Nobody was over there covering first base. That's a base hit. That totally surprised me. That was a nice call by Coach Hugan. It's going to keep you out of the double play is what that's going to do.
Yep.
And with Shane's speed, he got a base hit out of it. And now we got Braxton Strait, Mealy, and Dow. If we get down to Dow, we're going to be in good shape in this game.
And the Bruins with just one out, runners on first, second, and third, bases loaded, one out. And Strait's going to take the first pitch right down the middle, knee high for strike one.
Braxton Strait 1 for 3 the first game, 1 for 2 this game, so he's 2 for 5, so that's a 400 batting average for the day.
And a swing and a miss by Strait. He really wanted a piece of that one. It was on the outside corner, and he just didn't have enough reach for it. An 0-2 count now for the senior.
He's a good hitter. He's a good two-strike hitter.
Shepard with the pitch, and he's going to get just a little piece of this one, and they're going to try and turn two here, but they don't, as the Bruins score another run to make it a 3-2 game here in the bottom of the fifth. They did get the runner out at second. That was going to be Shane Elam for the second out. Ross scores, and Cagle advances to third.
Very good. Braxton did what he had to do, kept out the double play, and he drives in a run.
The Bruins now down 3-2 in the bottom of the fifth with Caleb Mealy up to the plate.
Caleb 1 for 2 this game with a single and a fly ball to center. 1 for 2 in the first game with the double.
A swing and a miss. The pitch just out of Mealy's reach.
Caleb Mealy 2 for 4 today with the double. We need a big hit out of Caleb.
So far batting a 500, so not a bad day.
Good, yes. And he's also a great defensive catcher.
And now a 1-1 count as that one was high and outside, and Strait's still hanging out on first.
I don't know if he's going to go with runners on the corners and 2 outs.
And Caleb's going to drive one into the 5-6 gap, and Cagle's going to come in and score to tie this ball game up. Runners on first and second now with just 1 out. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 outs. Right? Yes, 2 outs.
I tell you what, Caleb Mealy, even if he couldn't hit a lick, I think would be the catcher anyway. But boy, when he can hit the ball like he has, he's a great asset to this team.
Absolutely, and now we've got the cleanup hitter, Dayton Dow, up the plate.
And that's what I thought we had to do, bat to Dow this inning, and we have.
And Dow takes the first pitch on the inside for strike one.
We've tied it up, so again we got pressure on Manchester.
An 0-1 count for Dow, 2 outs. The Bruins tied it up here in the fifth with runners on first and second. Caleb Mealy on first. Braxton Strait on second. Kyle Shepard, the pitcher for the Squires, now pitches one high and outside, a 1-1 count.
I hate to jinx the team, but I tell you what, Manchester hasn't made an error yet in 2 games.
A 1-1 count, 2 outs, and Dow's going to swing and foul one off, and we've got the third baseman and the catcher trying to run to catch it. The third baseman puts his hand out over the fence, and it's just out of reach.
Yes, Dayton Dow made one of the most spectacular catches I've ever seen here on this field when he dove head first into that fence against Massenowal. Before that, he flipped over the fence head over heels.
And you you didn't get the opportunity to see Charlie Cranston's catch last year in sectionals then.
No, I don't.
As Dayton Dow lays off of that pitch and now bringing the count 2-2.
Well, Dow's 2 for 2 in this game, and he walked twice, so he's been on base every time today, so we need to get him on base again. Riddle on deck.
And Dow's going to drive this one for a base hit, and Braxton straights around in third, going to home. The cutoff not there, and he's going to be under the tag for safe. And the Bruins take their first lead of the game, 4-3. And Caleb Mealy's out on second. Dayton Dow getting a single. And the Bruins starting to look alive here in the bottom of the fifth. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Blaine Riddle, to the plate with 2 outs as the Bruins are finding themselves in another 2-out rally here at Bruin Field.
So here's Blaine Riddle, and he's a good hitter.
Shepard's still the pitcher, and Riddle's going to drive one deep center field. The center fielder on his way running back, and that's going to bounce off the bottom of the fence, and Caleb Mealy's already touched home. Dayton Dow's rounding third, coming home. The place tried to be made there, and Riddle with a double is sitting out on second base, and the Bruins score 2, now up 6-3 in the bottom of the fifth.
Yes, at the top of the broadcast, if you remember me saying that, Steve.
And hang on, let me interrupt you just a second. The coach of the Squires now calling timeout. It looks like he's going to make a pitching change.
That's a good
and bring in number 8. Well, let me check my other sheet here. And number 8, Justin Self, to relieve Kyle Shepard, as the Bruins have figured his speed out and have been just knocking the seams off the ball. And you were getting ready to say something?
Yes, that's good. I'm just going to say, remember at the top of the broadcast, before we come on the air, you told me get on Max Preps and find out about high school baseball. And I did, and I made the comment, if we could hold the Squires to 4 runs or under 4, we had a good chance to win. And well, the first game, man, 14 runs, 2 home runs. I thought, wow.
Yes. And here we are in game 2, and the Squires with 3 runs, held under 4 so far in the bottom of the fifth, and they've made their pitching change to Justin Self. And as he's warming up, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll come back after this.
Foundation's Building Material is proud to support Blackford High School athletics. Foundation Building Material is your local building materials distributor in East Central Indiana. Our promise to our customers is to do business with integrity and honesty and strive to be the best every day, and never forget we work for you, our customers. We are founded on principle and built on purpose. Distributors of drywall, steel studs, Armstrong ceiling, and insulation. Call Aaron Farrell, 260-471-2181. Foundations Building Materials.
Well, Vince, we're back here at Bruin Field. Justin Self finishing up his warm-ups, and we're going to have the lone runner out on second base after a monster 2-run RBI out into center field, Blaine Riddle.
Yes, Blaine's always been a good hitter. He's 2 for 3 today in the second game with back-to-back doubles in the fourth and the fifth. What a clutch hit. And 3 runs batted in, I have him, and he was 1 for 2 the first game, so he's 3 for 5 on the day. And I tell you, our group of seniors are really having a good day.
They definitely are.
And they've all contributed.
As we're coming up to the number 9 batter of the inning, the freshman Drew Caldwell.
I'd like to see Coach Hugan put down a bunt here and just see if we can
reach on the bunt.
See if Caldwell could beat out the ball at first and put some pressure on their defense.
And Caldwell swinging away, fouls one off for an 0-1 count.
He was swinging all the way. Coach Hugan, I think he'd like to get Riddle to score from home to have a 4-run lead.
Right now, the Bruins up by 3 with a score of 6-3. And Caldwell's going to take his second pitch. Did you see how far that one was outside?
Here, and it was a good. That'd be hard for me to call a strike on that, but
it was.
My goodness,
it was inside the batter's box, the left-handed batter's box.
He hit that.
Nope.
That location.
There's no way that a batter could reach that, and Blaine Riddle looked like he was stealing no matter what.
Yes, I'm going to give him a stolen base.
The ball in the dirt gets past the catcher, and Riddle's now finding himself out on third.
He slid in the head first into third base, one of those Pete Rose slides. So come on, Drew.
And now the runner is in scoring position. A base hit is going to score, and Caldwell's going to foul one more off.
Again, he hit that outside spot, and Caldwell just reached out and went way into the
parking lot or the drive area.
Yeah, into the over the right field side.
And Caldwell's going to drive one into right field. This one might be trouble, and it's down in fair territory as Riddle scores, bringing the Bruins with the 7-3 lead, and Drew Caldwell with a nice single. And now we're going to be back at where we left off, or where we started this, with Jake Ross. And the Bruins now batting their 10th batter of the inning, still in the 5th inning.
We've had 6 hits this inning.
And if I remember right, this was the first game I got to see last year of the Bruins as I was working night shift.
Yes.
And it was a weekend game up in Manchester. And I want to say we split the 2 games up there as well.
Yes.
An 0-1 count now for Ross. The Bruins with a 7-3 lead. Drew Caldwell out on first base. Justin Self, the pitcher, out of the stretch, delivers, and that one's just a little high, a 1-1 count.
Jacob 1 for 2 today, a single, and he was 0 for 2, so he's 1 for.
And Ross is going to take another one inside, now a 2-1 count.
He's another senior. Our seniors have really come through. That would be Straight, Dow, Riddle, Ross, and Cagle.
Absolutely. Jake Ross with a 2-1 count. Drew Caldwell out on first. 2 outs on the Bruins as we've been going through a 2-out rally. And Ross fouls one off now, bringing the count 2-2. So since Wine with the first out, we scored Cagle. And then Elam with the second out on a bunt. The sacrifice bunt, he got the force out at second.
Yes, on straight.
And then we have scored 4 straight and had 5 straight hits. And this pitch is outside as Caldwell takes off and goes to second. The catcher has a little bit of a hard time finding the ball.
I imagine there'll be a stolen base also. I'm not for sure.
And we've got a full count on Ross, and Caldwell's out on second.
Coach Hugan could be more aggressive on the bases with a comfortable lead now.
Yes, he can. And Ross with the full count. Drew Caldwell should be running on the pitch, and this one's going to be drove out into left field, and it's going to be a base hit. They have Caldwell rounding third, going home as the left fielder struggles to field the ball cleanly, and the Bruins now go up 8-3.
I'll give Ross a base hit and an RBI as Caldwell scores. Boy, when he rounded third, he was really heading for home. The left fielder thought he might have a play on him, and I think that's why he bobbled the ball. But with the Caldwell speed, you're not going to throw him out very often when he's running from second base.
And with the Bruins with an 8-3 lead in the bottom of the 5th, going on this 2-out rally, Branston Wine up to the plate. A swing and a miss by Branston, now an 0-1 count.
Branston 0 for 2 this game. And in the first game, I thought he batted in the first game.
So since our first 2 out, we've had 6 straight hits and 5 runs.
He pitched. He did not bat the first game.
No, he didn't. And that pitch way high for a 1-1 count.
They brought Branston up off the JV after he had a home run, you told me. I'd like to see him get one here.
All he has to do is make good contact, and we should see one. But we have to get the pitch that he must like first, as that pitch is in the dirt. Now a 2-1 count with 2 outs. The wind blowing just in the window here, giving us a little bit of a breeze, cooling us down. As the Bruins are up by 5, 8-3, the bottom of the 5th. Justin Self, the pitcher for the Squires. Jake Ross on first. And Wine takes the 3rd ball high.
Coach Egan over by the dugout talking to his dad Orville and to Jim Landis and to Coach Banner. He may be thinking we need our best defense out there because like in the 6th inning, we only need 6 outs before they can score 5 runs.
Absolutely. The Squires catcher takes a little bit of a timeout to talk to the pitcher, Justin Self. And we're back here with a 3-1 count on Branston Wine. 2 outs. We've had 2 outs for the last 5 runs scored by the Bruins. So the Bruins going on a nice 2-out rally. And Branston's going to take that ball 4 for the walk. And now we're going to have runners on first and second with Tyler Cagle up to the plate. Tyler took a walk his last at-bat.
Yes, a good at-bat. We're getting bullpen activity out there.
And it looks like
maybe they're just more. It's Caldwell.
It's Caldwell
and Strobel
and that's going to be Dylan Thomas playing the safety. And Cagle's going to hit a high.
What a play!
Hit a high bouncing ball, and it turns into a force out at second. And with that, we'll be right back.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
Vince, the Bruins now with an 8-3 lead over the Squires in the top of the 6th. And we're going to have, looks like number 19, Mason Meyer, up to the plate.
Okay, well, I thought the Bruins needed to bat to Dayton Dow that inning to have a chance. We batted 5 batters past him. Big inning, 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 left, no errors for Manchester.
And the first pitch is going to be hit foul, just out of play for the Bruins to make the play, and an 0-1 count now on the pitcher of the last game, Mason Myers.
And the Bruins have the lead 8-3, and we only need 6 outs to get, so hopefully we can get them here. I think Manchester's going to go down fighting, though.
And Caleb Mealy's going to field this one. It looked like it went off the home plate and went just out into fair territory, and Caleb fields it clean, calls everybody off of it, and throws it down to Cagle for the first out of the inning.
Well, I think they called that being quick as a cat. I mean, he was out behind that plate, and that Crouch picked the ball up, and it wasn't even close as he threw the ball to Tyler Cagle.
And Fluke up to the plate now with a 1-0 count. Dayton Dow having a nice game here in the second game of this doubleheader. Has not allowed but 3 runs, maybe 3 hits, 4 at the most. And he throws his first strike to Fluke for a 2-1 count with 1 out.
Well, when I was catching in Babe Ruth, my coach Bob Kemp told me that, you know, if that ball's out in front and and the runner's running in fair territory, you know, not in the lines, you hit him with the ball. Don't try to throw it over his head.
And that one's going
What
to
a
be
play by Cagle.
a little bit of a looper over to Cagle as he stretches out to make that catch for the second out of the inning.
Catch.
And the Squires have some bullpen action. Trey McNall out in the bullpen warming up, and the Bruins as well have Drew Caldwell warming up
Here's
with
Hayes.
two.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
with
I'm
two
sorry.
outs. A check swing by the batter, number 26, Hayes Sturtzman.
2 home runs the first game, 3 for 4, 1 for 2 today. He can't hit a 5-run homer, so home run's not going to hurt us. Boy,
No, it's not. And he's now down in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs. And he's going to go down looking.
What a pitch.
A nice fastball right on the outside
down.
edge of the strike zone. And that's going to retire
And I'm not
Sturtzman.
so sure if that's not the best pitch Dayton Dell's pitched all year.
And we'll be back.
Locally owned Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC, owned by Jeff and Aubrey Straight, have 30 years of experience in commercial and residential painting and drywall finishing. Straits Drywall and Paint can do anything from new construction to remodels. Does your home need a new touch of color inside or out? Call Jeff or Aubrey at 765-499-9416 for a free quote. Straits Drywall and Paint, LLC. Insured painters with the professional skills necessary to complete your project on time and within budget.
If you're suffering from neck or back pain, or suffering from migraines, or you just have a colicky baby, call Dr. Malia Robertson at Clear Choice Chiropractic. They have many techniques to relieve these and many more symptoms with chiropractic care. Located at 1501 North Walnut in Hartford City. Vince?
Yes, Dayton Dowling strikeout, a big strikeout, and like I said, that's probably the best pitch he's thrown all year.
A nice pitch.
Sturtzman didn't even offer at it.
No, he didn't.
And it was definitely a strike. It wasn't one of those, borderline pitches. It was right in there.
It was definitely in there.
For Dayton Dow, his 4th strikeout of the game. He's pitched the best game I've seen him pitch all year so far. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Blackford ahead 8-3. Only thing we got to do is get 3 outs and we win. But you'd like to see us try to add on a little bit insurance here, top of our order.
I would like to see us score 5 more runs and get this game over with.
Oh, I never thought of that. Yes, it would be the 10-run rule.
And we're at the top of the lineup with Shane Elam leading off the Bruins.
Elam, Straight, and Mealy, Dow, and Riddle. My goodness. We batted, how many batters did we bat that last inning?
12. 12 batters that last inning. So we're in the bottom of the 6th.
Last inning.
Bottom of the 6th with Shane Elam up to the plate.
If we can bat 12 batters this inning, this game will be over.
Elam 1 for 3 in this game.
He's hit the ball hard all 3 times.
And he takes the first pitch knee high right down the middle for strike 1.
I circle him so I can remember the play. Elam was one that line drive right to the shortstop in his first at bat.
And that pitch in the dirt as Elam shows bunt, but draws it back. A 1-1 count.
He had a nice bunt the last time.
And look at the third baseman playing about 7 feet off the grass. And this is going to be a one hit into the girth. And Elam's not there in time, and he's going to be thrown out by the shortstop for the first out of the game, or first out of the inning.
Now, Steve will probably know more about this, but I would say with these baseball players in a foot race, Elam would have to be in the top 2 or 3 runners, wouldn't he?
Elam definitely is fast.
Caldwell maybe a little bit faster.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be. It would be Elam, maybe Mealy, tied for first.
Okay.
Those two are probably the quickest.
With
Caldwell is more of a long distance runner.
Okay.
So I believe that pitch was for ball 1.
Yes, I think it was.
And that's going to be ball 2, a 2-0 count early on for Braxton Straight.
Only thing we need to do is stay away from the big inning, and we're going to win another game.
And Straight's going to ground this one over to the third baseman. The third baseman throws one in the dirt, but the first baseman with a nice scoop to get the second out of the inning.
Yes, nice play by the first baseman over there.
So 2 up, 2 down, and now we're going to have Caleb Mealy up to the plate.
Number 10, Caleb Mealy.
That would have been Jacob Slavkin. Slavkin. Sorry, I said it right the first. I said it wrong the whole day. Finally said it right, and I can't say it again. Good thing Steve can.
And Mealy's going to hit one foul for his first strike, an 0-1 count with 2 outs as Coach Ugan fields one cleanly. I believe he fielded it with his hat that time.
Maybe he told Mealy, if I can field it with my hat, you need to hit the ball a little bit harder. An
0-1 count, 2 outs.
Ugan looked like he was laughing.
As McNall has shaken off 2 pitches now and tries throwing, not sure what he was throwing, but it was way high and slow for a 1-1 count.
Yeah, Coach Ugan's a good coach, and when they get a lead and he's not on them about defense or something.
And McNall throws one in the dirt.
He's a really, encouraging and relaxed coach. He had great success up there at Northfield.
He definitely has. A 2-1 count, and Mealy holds off of that one, and now it's a 3-1 count as that pitch was just up around the chest.
I did not go down to Victory Field even when Blackford played back in the late 70s, but
And Mealy's going to foul one off, and I believe it's going to go behind the booth.
The happiest I ever seen Coach Ugan was when they won a state championship, and it was on TV. And his dad, Orville, the scorekeeper, was right there. And when they hung that state medal over Orville Ugan's neck.
And Mealy's going to hit one grounder over to the third baseman, and Mealy was almost there, but just not in time. The Squires hold the Bruins to no score. And we'll be back after this.
The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper is your hometown newspaper with a staff that takes great pride in covering local community events in Hartford City and Montpelier. Available at newsstands in Hartford City at Needler's Fresh Market, Food and Fuel, John's Service Station, Northside Florist, and in Montpelier at Koffels Family Market, Carrie's Restaurant, and Charlie Sunoco, with more locations coming soon. The Voice of Blackford County is published every Tuesday with a cost of only $1 or a yearly subscription for $35. You'll find school-related events, obituaries, public records info, church news, community calendar, and so much more. Contact Danny at 765-251-4903 or Ann at 765-330-4842. The Voice of Blackford County Community Newspaper. Local news about local people.
Foundations Building Material is your local building material distributor in East Central Indiana for drywall, steel studs, and Armstrong ceiling and insulation. Founded on principle and built on purpose. Contact Aaron Farrell at 260-471-2181. Also, stop by Food and Fuel Marathon on North Walnut Street for fuel for your car and fuel for you. Lunch available Monday through Friday, biscuits and gravy Monday through Saturday, and Poppy's Extreme Donuts daily. Open Monday through Friday, 4:30 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. Vince, you got a recap?
Yes, well, Blackford goes down in order in the 6th inning. 2 good plays by the third baseman, 2 good plays by the first baseman. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We just need 3 outs to win this game. Blackford leads 8-3.
And we're on hitters 5, 6, and 7 for the Squires.
We got the big stud out, if you want to say that on the Sturtsman.
And Jeremiah Airgood is up to the plate, and he's going to ground one over to Straight. Straight now throws to Cagle, that we've got a change in the field, and that's straight to Thomas, and Thomas stretches out to make the out.
Good play by Dylan Thomas. Nice play by Braxton Straight. That was a big out. You always want to get the first out. And here comes
Thane Krager. Krager takes... No, I'm sorry. This is not Thane Krager.
Number 9's batting now.
Number 9 is going to be Devin Markham.
Okay.
And he takes the first pitch for strike 1, and then he's going to foul one off down the first baseline. And he's down in the count 0-2.
Did he play the first game?
No.
Okay. I thought that was a new name to me.
Yes, it was. Yes, it is, and he's an 0-2 in the count, 1 out. The Bruins lead 8-3 with Dayton Dow still your pitcher, and I done forgot his name. I'm sorry, Markham goes down swinging for the second out of the inning.
Well, we're 1 out away for Dayton Dow. Dayton, yeah, that's his.
And up to the plate now is Mason Roberts.
Okay, he's going to pinch hit here.
Nope, he is on the roster.
He's on the roster. I'm sorry.
And he takes the first pitch for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to short and flew out to right, and he's going to get a base hit. And for his third attempt out into left center field, as Shane Elam fields it and throws it in. So Roberts gets the Squires started with a single into to center.
A nice 2-out hit.
And I believe that's going to bring up, and if I can just double check, number 33, Jacob Slavkin.
Thank you for pronouncing
You're
the name.
absolutely welcome. And Dow throws one inside, immediately diving to keep it in front of him, and he does for a 1-0 count. The Bruins with 2 outs on the Squires, still leading 8-3, the top of the 7th. 1 out away from splitting this doubleheader with the Squires. A 2-0 count now for Slavkin. And Dow out of the stretch now. Delivers the pitch a little bit high and inside. 3 straight balls pitched by Dayton Dow. A 3-0 count for Slavkin. 2 outs for the Squires. Slavkin again 0 for 2 on the day. And Dow's going to find the outside edge of the strike zone. Now a 3-1 count. And he's got to do that just 2 more times to retire this game. And he does. He finds that strike zone as Slavkin thought he was going to get the walk. But that one was right down the middle, about knee high.
Nice pitch for Dayton Dow.
The count full for Slavkin, and Dow needs to throw just one more strike. And he does, and that's going to retire Slavkin, and we're going to retire the game, and we'll be back with our recap.
And this one belongs to the Bruins.
Dr. Malia Robertson of Clear Choice Chiropractic asked, do you suffer from neck pain while working, or do migraines keep you from enjoying your day? Do you have to take pain pills just to function? Does your baby cry constantly for no apparent reason? And most importantly, do you remember the last day you were pain-free? You don't have to live with these frustrations. The doctors at Clear Choice Chiropractic have many techniques to relieve the symptoms of neck and back pain, headaches, stiff joints, colic, earaches, and many other symptoms. Call for your appointment with Dr. Malia Robertson at Clear Choice Chiropractic, 765-329-5044. That's 329-5044. And take back your life and enjoy living pain-free. Located at 1501 North Walnut Street in Hartford City. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays, 3 to 6 p.m. Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Clear Choice Chiropractic. We've got your back.
Well, Vince, we split this one with the Manchester Squires, 1-1 for the day. We win 1, the Squires win 1. The Bruins won that one 8-3 in 7 innings. And what do you have to say for the Bruins in that second game?
Well, they played a lot better than they did the first game, committing no errors.
No errors in
the first game. We had 7 errors in 5 innings.
That has to be the key to the game, every game for the Bruins, to keep the errors at a minimum.
Yes, we cannot give these good teams, you can't give them extra outs, and you can't make 2 errors and give them 5 outs in the inning.
No, you can't.
The Franktons and the
absolutely,
and the Elwoods and
good teams limit their errors and they keep winning.
But I think if the game had started off where we had won, the first game and ended up with 7 errors and lost the second game, I think Tony would have been pretty disappointed on the day.
Right.
But making 7 errors and losing the first game the way we did, and then come back and playing a great game, great pitching.
Yes.
Both games. Dayton Dow did a great job of pitching.
That's one of Dayton Dow's better games. I think he's
so
only
too.
Had really 2 good games this year.
He struck out 3 of the last 5 batters.
Yes, he did.
And when you can get a guy like Hayes Skurtzman. I'm sorry, I always called him
Stutzman. It's Stutzman.
Stutzman. If you get a player like a quality of Hayes Stutzman to go down locking after hitting 2 home runs and a double in the first game, you got something to pitch. Nothing else. This ought to give Dow a lot of confidence.
And it should going into sectionals in 2 weeks, I believe.
Yes, and that we're going to play Yorktown, and I'll tell you more about Yorktown later. But I think the next Bruin game
is Jay County at Jay
County on May the 15th. My good friend Lee Selvey is the head coach at Jay County. He's been there for a long, long time.
Do you know if they have enough room in their booth for both of us?
They should be able to accommodate both of us.
All right. What about the next game at Adams Central?
I don't know if I've been there for a baseball game at Adams Central.
I'll be sending out emails. I'll be sending out emails.
But you can get in contact with Jay County. The athletic director over there is an ex-Bruin coach, Steve Boozer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Boozer probably.
Yeah, I believe he was here as I moved right when I moved here.
Yes, and Chad Dodd is the principal over there, and he's also from Blackford.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll accommodate.
So we're going into enemy territory with some friendly faces.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. As I told Coach Sutton one time, I think I'm the only person from Blackford that knew what was going on between Blackford and Jay County and was still kind of a Jay County friend.
Very true. Do you have any final thoughts about the game?
One more thing to say.
All right.
That's Joe Gradville. I don't know if you ever heard of him or not. He was a funny guy like Yogi Berra, and he was on, the game of the week on the thing, and he said this. He played for the Cubs, and he got traded between games. Between games of a doubleheader, the Pittsburgh was playing at Wrigley Field. He played on the first game they lost, and then the second team, his team lost. He said the team split, and I lost both games.
Well, that's bad. Well, before we go,
yes, sir.
We found out, and I've seen some things on Facebook from a few friends of mine. But we said thank you to the nurses earlier in the week.
Yes, that's right.
And I know I have had some great teachers in my day.
Yes,
and I wasn't fortunate enough to go to Blackford, but I did have some good teachers over at Marion. And I know some good teachers as I've done some DARE instructions at the Northside Elementary, and got to meet several good 5th grade teachers: Angela Bropes, Shelley Neal, Lee Adrianson, Kia Hill, and Alyssa Scott. And so I just want to thank all of them for the hard work that they do. I also have a friend that's a teacher, one in Colorado, Angie Tippie, and one in Oklahoma, Angela Gideon. And just want to thank all of those teachers for the hard work that they put in at our schools. I know they don't get paid a lot of money, and I know it's a rough job to have to put up with some of these kids in these schools. And but I do want to thank them because it is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I want to thank all the teachers out there that are listening. We appreciate what you guys do, and we hope that you continue on your endeavor until you decide not to anymore.
Yes, very well said. And also I'd like to thank Coach Sutton for all the years of service that he put in at the Hartford City Middle School, then the Blackford Middle School.
I was going to say that one, but I didn't want to take it from you.
Mike Richardson was a real good teacher. Kathy said that's where she learned football from.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Coach Sutton replaced Mike Richardson as the history teacher.
Okay.
And Kathy says he's got a real nice voice.
Yeah.
Well, her daughter goes to high school, and she comes home and says, "Mom, I got this teacher for history that's got a real nice voice." And before she could say anything else, Kathy says, "It's Mike Richardson." "Yes, Mom, how do you know?" She said, "I said the same thing when I was in 7th grade, and he was my teacher." So
plenty of teachers have changed the course of my history or changed my future, I'll say.
Yes,
and one specifically was a 5th grade teacher that I had named Mrs. Wrestler. And I got the opportunity a few years ago. I seen her out on the street, and I walked up to her and I told her thank you for everything she'd done. But I think she was in a hurry because the conversation was short-lived as she pulled away.
Yes. Well, thanks again to all our teachers for all the great work you do here in Blackford County and all over the state of Indiana and wherever else you're at. And also thank you for the nurses.
Yes.
For the thing. I called my nephew because his mom's a nurse.
Yep.
Did you know it's Nurses Week? No. Said, you need to thank your mom.
Yep, you better do it.
I said, don't forget to do it. And I'm pretty sure my brother was reminded if he didn't tell her. So with that, we'll sign off. Unless you have something else to say, go ahead. Again, Blackford.
We hope you enjoyed this high school sports broadcast on the Voice Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
The preceding production is property of Voice Enterprises, and all rights are reserved worldwide. Thank you for listening to this production of Voice Enterprises, taking media in a new direction.